Hello. I haven't made a video now for a while because I've been sick, last 6 days. Yeah, I've been having a really bad cold, and you see the effects. I feel so warm that I have to be dressed like this. Okay, I just felt like commenting on this very recent controversy surrounding Sydney Sweeney and her ad for the American Eagle jeans. yeah, yeah, I've been reading about this for a few days, and doesn't seem to, For at first I thought, yeah, it's just nonsense. It will stop soon, but it doesn't seem to stop yet, really. And it's pretty amazing that something so innocent can create so much controversy. Yes, I mean, what can you say about it? I mean, first of all, instead of really applauding a very famous actress star who for kind of rescuing this company, which has been not doing really well in the later years. She has now really brought them back to life and done what she can to salvage a classic jeans company. And so instead of her getting praise for that, she now has to face these accusations that are just ludicrous, of course. I mean, wasn't it enough with that birthday post that she got so much backlash for like a couple of years ago? I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Her mother's birthday, I believe it was. Well, even so, even that you can understand, to a degree, because it was about politics. But this time, I mean, it's just another sign how how much of a disease this has become, this extreme wokeness and extreme political correctness, really. So what happened, what's going on? The reason for all this is simply that the ad uses has chosen to make like a pun out of the words jeans, as in the trousers, and genes as in the DNA. So yeah, she has great genes and great genes. So yeah, alright. So what is so questionable about that? What is so controversial about that? Does Sydney Sweeney not have? Are you trying to say she doesn't deserve to be called this, to be celebrated for her genes? And but once again we get to the whole thing with today's jealousy. Jealousy inspired hate. Yeah, hating on someone just because they are too beautiful, too successful, too popular. I mean, we've seen it before, but never like this, like everything she does, I mean, is now under the microscope. However, had it been something, some kind of statement that she made, let's say, where she herself said, "Oh, I have the greatest genes and in the world and whatever," then it would have been understandable. But somehow you equate this people who created this nonsense now equate this with racism. So we know, you know how it is today, but nobody, few people will really talk about it. Like in the medias, yeah, you have plenty of people on Twitter and other social media that will react, that have reacted, but nobody like that has real power, like somebody that is a media personality or a star will go or has yet gone out and said, "Hey, come on, this is ridiculous. What the hell are you saying? What the hell is this?" Because nowhere in that commercial is there is a slightest kind of sign that that commercial is celebrating, like, really kind of particularly celebrating white beauty, right? It celebrates beauty and yeah, American beauty, if you will, but yeah, it doesn't say that this is how everybody should be. This is how everybody who wears our jeans should look. It doesn't say that, does it? But yeah, I mean, we know how it is today. I mean, had this not been Sydney Sweeney, had this been, for instance, someone like Zendaya or yeah, someone like that. Now I can't remember the names of all these other actresses. Well, let's say Tessa Thompson, even though I don't know if she would ever do something like this, but let's say Zendaya, yeah. If it had been Zendaya, then everybody would have been, yeah, that's right, she has great genes, I love this commercial. But now, something really twisted is going on, and especially now that, Trump is again the president over there. There is such a incredible resistance towards anything that is like even connected to the establishment, in a way, connected to being white and American at the same time. So yeah, there's no secret. So yeah, but it's incredible. I mean, as I said, I could understand how the backlash could happen with her birthday post on Instagram back then, but this has nothing at all that should be considered controversial, at all. So yeah, I mean, that's how it works, I mean, if you are a minority person with darker skin, then everybody is feeling and thinking it's a great thing, lovely thing to show off and show your beauty, and yeah, they will say it's a beautiful thing to be proud of. Yeah, everybody will say, yeah, oh, how beautiful. But if you are white, so, and you are a little, kind of flaunting your looks. And then people will say, huh, who does she think, or even he, who do they think they are? Like, isn't it enough that they are, already they have much of their work cut out for them by just being white, Yeah, unfortunately, that's how it is, and but nobody will talk about it this way. So the problem is the media should not really react to this so much. This is just a single kind of these stories are being made by certain channels, certain cells, even if I may call them, that are always after just creating controversy and trying to ruin it simply for people like Sydney Sweeney. Yep. So I mean, you had the same thing with supermodel, Gigi Hadid, where someone had found this old kind of footage from some party where she made a face like at a fortune cookie or something, I don't know, and everybody accused her of being racist to Chinese and Asian people. But I mean, if the situation had been reversed back then, also you have the same thing. If it had been a Chinese model and she had been doing that, trying to look white, let's say, in a comical way, then everybody would just have laughed it off and said, yeah, all right, so what? She was joking. But yeah, this it's crazy. It's not, and I think it's this kind of diversity ahead of ahead of everything, like this kind of motto that has been prevailing now for a while in the Western medias, like diversity is number one, and nothing can come, and jeopardize that. And yeah, so I think it's good to have it, of course, to protect diversity, but at the same time, it shouldn't also everybody have the right for protection against such smear campaigns, regardless of their skin color or anything, or status, or where they were born? Or shouldn't they all have, like, people who say, hey, this is nonsense, you cannot publish this, you cannot accuse her or attack someone like her for or even the American Eagle for something so innocent as this campaign is, something that should have been so positive and such a good nice thing. She is doing something good for this company, which is a classical American company, beloved company for her and others. She has saved them, they have earned a lot of money. But yeah, it is just some people cannot stand it. Had they put someone else, along with Sydney Sweeney in that commercial, some kind of, other actress that is not white, I think that there would have been no problems at all, but of course. But the thing is, some of these people, all they see is big commercial, big money, no minority or dark-skinned people in this commercial equals what? Racism. That's how they think. So, case closed, alright? So, yeah, got nothing more to say, really. Just ridiculous. Ridiculous. You should be ashamed of yourself, really. You should be ashamed of yourself. Criterias. There should not be, people should not be picking the right models, let's say. Same as they should not be picking an actor or an actress based on their skin color. But it happens. We see it happens, but people, they don't want to acknowledge that, people on top. They will never acknowledge it. And if you talk a little too much about it, of course, you get cancelled, you get tagged as a, bigot or racist or whatever. So that's what's going on, my friends. It's a really sad world we're living in, alright? So yeah. Support for Sydney Sweeney.